All coming up on Racehorse Digest. ESPN's weekly recap of horse racing. The Racehorse Digest presented by Citgo begins with our 3-year-old Thoroughbred recap from Santa Anita. And Point Given makes his point as this year's leading Kentucky Derby candidate. Hello again, everyone. I'm Chris Lincoln. We have 3 derbies to show you: California, Illinois, and Texas. Let's begin out west with the $750,000 Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby. Here's the field now with the closing odds. And really it was a 1-horse race here for Point Given. Big favorite at 3-5. I Love Silver at 8. Crafty CT. 9-5 with Eddie Delahousse. We scratched StarTac. Scorpion at 21. Early Flyer also scratched with a wet fast track at Santa Anita. Palmero at 10. Cherokee Kim at a big price of 36-1 with David Flores. The Santa Anita Derby, our feature race of the week. It's 3-year-olds going 1 1/8. The purse again, $750,000. The one to watch, Point Given in the green and white silks. Here's Trevor Denman's call of the Santa Anita Derby.
A 1/4 mile left to go in the Santa Anita Derby, and it's Point Given the leader. Crafty CT coming back at him. I Love Silver third. The 3 favourites dominate. Heads a turn for home in the big one. Point Given gets a tap on the shoulder. He says, "Thank you very much, Gary Stevens. Here I come. I'll put in a procession for them." He's just putting on an exhibition run for us. Point Given, he hasn't taken a deep breath. Look at this guy go. Point Given, a half dozen in the Santa Anita Derby. Second, Crafty CT, then I Love Silver, Romero, Cherokee Kim, and Scorpion finish last.
It's Point Given in a romp. The odds-on favorite stamps himself as the nation's best 3-year-old with this 5.5-length victory in the Santa Anita Derby, the largest margin of victory in that race since Sunday Silence back in 1989. Final time for the 1 1/8, 1:47.77. Point Given, owned by the Thoroughbred Corporation of Saudi Arabian Prince Ahmed bin Salman, trained by Bob Baffert. The jockey Gary Stevens won his 8th Santa Anita Derby, tying him with the great Bill Shoemaker. After the race, Stevens gave us these impressions of Point Given.
Jumped out of the gate really well. He's very push button. I was able to slow up going into the first turn, get to the outside of Crafty CT, and from the half-mile pull on, he was just dragging me. And when I hit the 1/4 pole, I asked him, and Bob had told me before the race, whatever I do, make sure I get him tired so he doesn't have to do too much with him in the next month. But I don't think I got him very tired. Just an unbelievable race. That was probably one of the best performances I've ever set on a horse, and had due for me right there.
Gary Stevens and Point Given, Derby favorite now. First part of our Derby tripleheader featured on ESPN this past Saturday. The Illinois Derby run at Sportsman's Park outside Chicago. $500,000 Grade 2 event, 1 1/8. 8 went to the post. The favorite, Dogwood Stables, Distilled.
As they straighten away into the stretch. 6 furlongs in 1:11 flat. Distilled. Left-hander pressure now. Dream Run fully extended. Here's St. Damien on the outside. Then Private Sun. Big Will 5th. A lone furlong to go. Distilled is still there. Distilled by a length. St. Damien running hard on the outside. Dream Run is running 3rd. They're coming down toward the line. Distilled, then St. Damien and Dream Run. Distilled from wire to win the Illinois Derby.
Distilled wire to wire under jockey Mike Smith takes the top prize of $300,000 in the Grade 2 Illinois Derby for Cott Campbell and his 3 Dogwood Stable partners. Distilled is a 3-year-old chestnut colt by Hennessy out of a Woodman mare bred in Kentucky, trained by Todd Pletcher. Next, the April 21st Lexington Stakes at Keeneland, where final decision is made about running for the Roses. From Illinois, we head to Texas now for their richest race, the $500,000 Lone Star Derby in the opening weekend of that beautiful track at Grand Prairie, Texas. This 1 1/8 race attracted a field of 8, with Northern California Invader Hoover Get the Keys the favorite.
A 1/4 mile left to go. Percy Hope by a head to take a gamble. A length to Solingen, sticking on fairly well. He's had a tough trip. Hoover Get the Keys on the outside's under pressure. 50 Stars races straight past Hoover Get the Keys. Gift of the Eagle back towards the inside. Percy Hope sprouts away. A 16th to go. Percy Hope's 3 in front. 50 Stars finding the line generously, but he won't catch Percy Hope. Percy Hope goes on to win by 2 lengths to 50 Stars.
Percy Hope, the Rushaway Stakes winner at Turfway Park 2 weeks ago in Kentucky, comes on to Texas to win the Lone Star Derby by 2 lengths, paying $12 for the win. 50 Stars was second, and Gift of the Eagle third. The favorite Hoover Get the Keys a disappointing 7th. Percy Hope, owned by Tom and Pete Wilmot, is trained by Tony Reinstetler. It was ridden by John Court. No final decision has been made about whether Percy's Hope has any Kentucky Derby hopes. But we do know the runner-up 50 Stars has already been shipped to Churchill Downs for the big race on the first Saturday in May. Hoover gets the keys, now undecided. Here's an update on the N2A 3-year-old poll. No surprise here, point given. A strong #1, followed by the Florida Derby winner, Monarchos. ESPN's Racehorse Digest is being brought to you by Citgo, we know you. By Long John Silver's, that one-of-a-kind taste. Visa, proud sponsor of the Visa Triple Crown. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. And by the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. Go, baby, go.
The 3-pint breakup. So you finally dumped him.
Feel the need for speed? Satisfy it with American Quarter Horse Racing. It's easy to learn, and AQHA is ready to help. AQHA provides a variety of educational publications, videos, guides, and seminars. Whether you're an expert or enjoying your first day of the races, a winning ticket could be closer than you think. Call 1-800-414-RIDE or visit AQHA.com and discover the speed and excitement of America's fastest athlete, the American Quarter Horse.
What is Nicorette? Nicotine replacement gum. It helps you stop smoking cigarettes, but you don't chew it like regular gum. You bite Nicorette until it tingles. Then you hold it between your cheek and your gum. And you get a lower level of nicotine to help you fight your cravings. And as your cravings get fewer and fewer, you use less and less and less Nicorette until you use none. And none is a wonderful number.
Nicorette gum helps you fight your cravings, your habit, your way. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
Some athletes don't care about endorsements. Some athletes don't care how many fans they have or what kind of shoes they wear. Some athletes don't even care if they're televised coast to coast. They just want to run. The Triple Crown takes a lot of heart, but at the ticket booth, they don't take American Express. Visa, the official card of the Visa Triple Crown.
Back on the digest with the Citgo leaderboard, top money earning thoroughbreds, Captain Steve, of course, in the Dubai World Cup. Here's the 3-year-olds, Monarchos and Point Given, though, in the top 6. Oaklawn, the only racetrack located in a national park in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas, started its famous Racing Festival of the South this past weekend with 2 big stakes races. Saturday, it was the 55th running of the Grade 1 $600,000 Oaklawn Handicap. 4-year-olds and up going 1 1/8 miles. The favorite came from the West Coast of the Bob Baffert-trained Wooden Phone at odds of 6 to 5. Here's Terry Wallace's call of the Oaklawn Handicap.
And here they come into the stretch of the Oaklawn Handicap. Traditionally, moves up in the middle to take the lead. Wooden Phone to the rail. To the outside is Graham Hall. And traditionally in Pate, open it up to 3. Graham Hall is second. Mr. Ross coming to the outside. Wooden Phone is fourth. But it is traditionally opening up 4 lengths. Mr. Ross with a late surge. But Pate, a hand ride traditionally, is brilliant. Winning the Oaklawn Handicap by 4 lengths.
That's traditionally the regally bred chestnut colt by the late great sire, Mr. Prospector, out of the undefeated race mare Personal Ensign, drawing away to that 5 1/4 length victory over Mr. Ross. Wooden Phone had to settle for 3rd. Hall of Fame jockey Pat Day was in to ride traditionally. Broner and breeder Ogden 5th, Shug McGahee the trainer. This 4-year-old colt now 3 for 4 in 2001. The Oaklawn Handicap, traditionally's first stakes victory. Final time 1:48 flat. On Sunday at Oaklawn, the fillies and mares race for a purse of $500,000. It's the Grade 1 Apple Blossom Handicap at 1 1/16 miles. Spain, last year's Breeders' Cup Distaff winner, was the second choice here at 3 to 1. Let's pick up the Apple Blossom Handicap.
And here they come into the stretch of the Apple Blossom Handicap. Gourmet Girl showing the way. Lou Ravi is second.
Lazy Sluzen to the middle is third. It is Gourmet Girl, and she opens it up now to 3. Gourmet Girl has taken command and opens it up to 3.5 as they come for the wire. With a 16th still to go, Gourmet Girl by 3.5, and Gourmet Girl will win the Apple Blossom impressively by 3.5. Lou Ravi finishing second.
Gourmet Girl crosses the wire 4.5 lengths in front of Lou Ravi, who repeats her 2000 Apple Blossom efforts, with Lazy Sluzen filling in the show spot. With a perfect 10 as the top 3 finishers all went off at 10-to-1 odds, effective paying $1,883.80. Gourmet Girl, a 6-year-old mare by C's Tizzy, same sire as Horse of the Year Tiz Now. She's owned by Gary Tanaka, trained by Pico Perdomo. Leading rider in Oaklawn, Calvin Burrell, was in the irons. To Lexington, Kentucky, Keeneland, opening his 2001 spring season this past weekend with the 64th running of the Grade 1 $500,000 Ashland Stakes, highlighting last Saturday's card. Its 3-year-old fillies, a mile and a 16th. The Janine Sahadi trained Golden Ballet, undefeated in their last 5 starts, the 1-2 favorite.
They're approaching the quarter pole, and Fleet Renee draws alongside of Golden Ballet. Latour will have to switch lanes to the far outside, and the front 3 are separated by less than a length moving off the far turn. Fleet Renee on the outside. Golden Ballet has given way a bit toward the rail, and Latour is third. Now the challenge for Golden Ballet to respond to the test from Fleet Renee in the closing strides, and the answer is given firmly by Fleet Renee, who is going to spring the upset to take the Ashland.
Fleet Renee wins the Ashland by 2.5 lengths, stopping Golden Ballet's 5-race win streak. Golden Ballet's entry mate in the Tour finished third. Fleet Renee, a daughter of Seattle Slew, returned $21 for the victory. She has won 4 and run second once in 5 starts for owner Vern Winchell. Michael Dickinson trains. John Velasquez was in the irons. Fleet Renee will run next in the May 4th Kentucky Oaks. However, Golden Ballet will pass on the Oaks. She'll stay in California. To South Florida, Hialeah for the Grade 3 $250,000 Flamingo Stakes. 3-year-olds at a mile and an 1/8. Out of the box, second in the Fountain of Youth, and Florida Derby was the 3-5 favorite. He'll finish 5th in this one because number 5, Thunder Blitz, the son of Holy Bull, is rolling for home. Pulls away to an impressive 6 3/4 length victory. Trainer Joe Orsino thought his 2001 Kentucky Derby dreams were over when his Breeders' Cup juvenile winner Macho Uno was pulled out of training earlier this year. But Thunder Blitz could have him on his way to Churchill Downs in the Derby. Edgar Prado, the rider for Frank Stronach. For more information on horse racing and the Citgo Pick 6, click on to ESPN.com.
They're the AT&T Broadband Free Preview winner. Gene Slattery and Francesca DeWitt went to ESPN World Headquarters to program their ideal weekend of classic sports on ESPN Classic. They chose 16 full hours of legendary classics like the Bengals versus the Niners in Super Bowl 23, the 1979 Triple Crown, and the 1999 Stanley Cup Final. Create your own classic April 7th and 8th starting at noon
on ESPN Classic
and AT&T Broadband.
Oh, you've got yourself a deal. Sold! You've got yourself a deal! Uh-huh! I knew you'd be back. You can't pass up a good deal, can you? It's the mulching action, right? Huh? You want to take it for a test drive?
I keep telling you, Tutwiler, I just deliver the mail.
Need customers? AT&T Media Services delivers targeted, waste-free advertising that gets results.
Hey, mailmen have lunch, too! Don't they?
It's actually very tasty.
It is. It's very good.
I see we have our vegetables in here.
We have our vegetables. We have the full with our potatoes, the potato base, and the onions in here. We've got everything.
Back on the Racehorse Digest, presented by Citgo. We're at Sunland Park in New Mexico, near El Paso, Texas, for our expanded quarter horse coverage. Best season in the 42-year history of Sunland Park. Daily purses average $150,000 by the end of the meeting. That's nearly 5 times higher than they were just 3 years ago. Over $1 million was offered on the closing weekend, including $265,000 in Sunland's richest event, the West Texas Futurity. Trainer Mike Joyner has been winning at a 40% clip this season. He saddled a pair in the finals, including the fastest qualifier, number 1, Cheering. Also well regarded, number 8 here, Illusionaris, winner of both of her career starts. Illusionaris took up post position 8 for the West Texas. Joyner's other finalist, Kiptie's first dash in gate 3.
The way they run, Cheering Cash walks slightly away. Brilliantly was That's Proud Royalty and Illusionaires down the outside. Who's in front? Making ground now is Cheering Cash, and coming through is High Diamond Dasher. Illusionaires has the lead from Cheering Cash, but it's Illusionaires blazes in. Wins by 3.
Illusionaires blows them away here in the West Texas, beating the fastest qualifier, Cheering Cash, by a length and 3/4. Meanwhile, Kiptey's first dash had no luck at all, losing all chance after a bad stumble at the break. AQHA champion jockey Jackie Martin was aboard Illusionaires, for owners Hugo Lee and Miguel Carroll and trainer Jose Gonzalez, and he enjoyed the trip.
She ran a beautiful race. She really wasn't standing as good in the gates as I wanted her to, but I mean, the way she left the gates, she had beat when she hit the ground 2 times. I mean, done had a half, 3/4 length on. I hear 2 or 3 more times. She got one to prick her ears a little bit just to keep her running. But I mean, I had a ton of horse there. She was hard to pull up going around the turn. Run a super race, run an easy race.
Illusionaires was a $7,200 yearling purchase, the Ruidoso says, last September, and earned $106,000 for her first stakes victory. Also at Sutherland in the paddock for the $89,000 New Mexico Challenge, part of the MBA America Racing Challenge Championship, Southern Beduino, number 10, played the part of a 3-5 favorite very well, despite a scary beginning.
The way they run, Southern Beduino was slow into stride a little bit, and best away Deposit Cash and Royal Anna in the inside, showing speed. Bad Boy Willie, Rabbit's Rainbow and Southern Beduino making ground down the outside, and behind them came Rules My Boy. Southern Beduino charging now, and Southern Beduino's consumed Rabbit's Rainbow, Deposit Cash, and it's got the Triple Crown. Southern Beduino first, Deposit Cash second, Rabbit's Rainbow third.
Southern Beduino rallies strongly after that tardy start to defeat his old nemesis Deposit Cash. The 4-year-old responded well to jockey Juan Vasquez, and with a very stiff tail win, covered the 440 yards in 20.97, just 3/100ths off the world record. The victory was a bonanza for the Colts owners, SMS Racing and trainer Tony Cedillo. In addition to the $44,000 winner's share, they also earned a $100,000 bonus for sweeping Southern's major older horse stakes. Plus, Southern Beduino takes the New Mexico berth with a $300,000 MBNA Challenge Championship to be run in October. Finally at Southern, the $200,000 New Mexican Spring Futurity. Watch number 4, Major League Cranky, and number 8, I'm a Crybaby 2.
Racing, Major League Cranky was away fairly well. One of the best into stride, Rabbit's Jet, and I'm a Crybaby 2 down the outside, driving up his first down.com. Real Easy Rabbit is there as well, and Real Easy Rabbit, Major League Cranky, tackled by I'm a Crybaby 2 the outside. I'm a Crybaby 2 might have just got this in a photo.
In a result that sounds like a dysfunctional family, I'm a Crybaby 2 edges Major League Cranky, who got the $94,000 winner's share in the New Mexican Spring Futurity. The finish reversed the time trial placings, in which Major League Cranky easily handled the Futurity winner. I'm a Crybaby 2, owned by Chris and Barbara Coleman, trained by Carlos Cedillo, the brother of Southern Beduino's trainer Tony Cedillo. Joe Martinez was aboard for the winning ride. Let's go back to jockey Juan Vasquez now. Yes, he won the MBNA Challenge and another stake on the weekend, but he also qualified, then took off of the winners of both the West Texas and New Mexican Futurities. But Vasquez's attitude was he was thankful for the winners he did ride. As the Southern meet closed, Remington Park in Oklahoma City opened its annual quarter horse stand with a 350-yard Midwest City Stakes. Veteran stakes performer BK Runner, number 6, was 3-2 the favorite.
And they're off in the Midwest City Stakes, and it's a clean start. BK Runner came away well tonight. On the inside, Lottery Pick is racing in second. The Cheetah got away in third. Cabaret Issue is fourth, and to the outside, Jake's Giacomo is moving up. It's BK Runner in the middle. At the rail, it's Lottery Pick. BK Runner wins the Midwest City.
A solid effort here for BK Runner to hold off 32-1 long shot Lottery Pick by a half length. The victory pushed the 4-year-old's earnings over the $400,000 mark for owner Billy Kirk. BK Runner is trained by Brandon Parham, a former assistant, late Steve Van Bever. It was in Van Bever's stable that BK Runner earned his biggest victory, the 1999 Texas Classic Futurity. Jockey G.R. Carter was aboard, getting a head start toward his 5th Remington Park riding title. The American Quarter Horse Association provides a toll-free number for you to call to get more information on the Racing American Quarter Horse, 1-800-414-RIDE.
Hungry for some white, flaky fish? How about delicious, crunchy shrimp? Come in now for the Fish 21-piece crunchy shrimp and more meal. The perfect combination of everything you love about Long John Silver's. You get our famous fish, 21 crunchy shrimp, piping hot hush puppies, crispy fries, and slaw for just $3.99. It's the taste and the deal you can only find at Long John Silver's. The only place to go for that one-of-a-kind taste, Long John Silver's.
1,200 pounds of pure horsepower. An adrenaline pumping, all-out dash to the finish line. Owning a racing American quarter horse is like having your very own high-powered dragster. Let the American Quarter Horse Association show you how easy it is to get started. Call us at 1-800-414-RIDE or visit AQHA.com. Then call your friends and invite them to join you in the winner's circle.
Teeth are made out of, like, hard stuff. I don't know. I have 100 teeth. Dental floss.
Our children really need good dental care and education.
So Crest came to us and said, we can help.
Do you know how to take care of your teeth?
You could brush your teeth and sew circles.
That's what I want you to do.
I want to have a great smile when I grow up.
World-famous Stardust Resort and Casino lights up Las Vegas. Located in the heart of the Strip, discover superstar accommodations and entertainment. Mr. Las Vegas himself, Wayne Newton, performs nightly. The Stardust features 62 acres of luxury and Las Vegas-style fun, 1,500 deluxe rooms and suites, 6 fabulous restaurants, and America's #1 race and sports book. Experience the best of Las Vegas. The Stardust Resort and Casino on the Strip.
Our Citgo leaderboard for trainers, money earned by their stable. Bob Baffert, no contest in the early going, $6.8 million already. Scott Lake, Steve Asmussen already over $2 million. Well, Santa Anita will be winding up its 2001 racing season this weekend, but there was plenty of top graded stakes races at the Great Race Place last week. The Grade 1 Santa Anita Derby and 3 other graded stakes events. Saturday before the Derby, they ran the Grade 2 $150,000 San Bernardino Handicap. 4-year-olds and up at 1 1/8. The race favorite, #1 Tribunal, ridden here by David Flores. To Santa Anita and Trevor Denman.
Coming to the top of the lane, Futural in the white blinkers. Leicester's boys now battling. Irish Eyes are flying, now comes off the rail, and here he comes with his run. Tribunal on the outside too. Homeward bound, and it's Futural and Irish Eyes are flying. These two going to run for the wire together. Futural digs deep and finds more. Irish Eyes are flying, can't catch him. And Futural's coming home to take the San Bernardino. Futural and Garrett Gomez, a length and 3/4. Irish Eyes are flying second, and Tribunal finished third.
Futural, the longest shot in the field of 5, finished just ahead of Irish Eyes Are Flying, with the favorite Tribunal filling in the show spot. Futural paid $17 for the victory. He's a 5-year-old son of Future Storm out of a Dixieland band mare. Futural races for owners Jess Miller and Jack Whites. Craig Delassie trains Garrett Gomez, the jockey. Futural has now won 6 of 17 starts, his last 2 consecutive, earnings of $328,000. Later in the card at Santa Anita, they ran the Grade 2 $150,000 Arcadia Handicap. 4-year-olds and up, 1 1/8 on the turf. Lazy Load, #2 on the lead, went off at 1-2 odds. Jockey Pete Pinkai Jr., the leading rider at the meet, was in the irons for the Thoroughbred Corporation, who also, of course, owns Point Given, winner of the Santa Anita Derby. Lazy Load winning here by 1.5 lengths, paying $3 for the victory. This son of Load was bred in Argentina. He's trained by Richard Mandela. He's won 6 of 20 starts and earned $1.1 million. Lazy Load is on track for the $1.6 million Singapore Airlines International Cup at the racetrack at Kranji in Singapore on May 12th. Final time on the yielding turf course, 1:49 3/5 for the 1 1/8. Pete Pinkai, the winningest rider of all time, over 9,000 victories, heads to the winner's circle. On Sunday at Santa Anita, they ran the Grade 3 $100,000 Los Cienegos Handicap. Fillies and mares 4 and up, 6.5 furlongs again on the turf. On the lead here is #7, Separata, another Richard Mandela trainee. But watch on the outside. Here comes #1, Go Go, the race favorite at 4-5. She'll rally on the outside here for a 2-length victory. Separata settled for second, and Diane Hill got up for third. Go Go wins her 3rd stakes of the year for owners Alan, Paula, and Roger Thomas. Warren Stute trains jockey Eddie Delahousse was the rider. Delahousse swept the stakes races on Sunday, also winning the Zany Tactic Stakes with Trail the Fox. Go Go is the daughter of Falstaff, bred in California by Chris Ray. She has been in the money 9 out of 12 starts, earning $333,000. She covered the 6.5 furlongs, 1:13 2. To New York now to Aqueduct, the Grade 3 Westchester Handicap. 3-year-olds and older at 1 mile. It's the 2-horse race here between number 7, Cats at Home on the outside, and number 4, Little Hans. Cats at Home will get the eventual victory here by 2.5 lengths. Cats at Home, the longest shot in the 6-horse field, wins his first graded stakes for owner Edward Evans and trainer Mark Hennig. This son of Tabasco Cat has won 6 and placed in 3 races out of 15, earnings over $269,000. Cats at Home will go to the post next in this Saturday's Bold Ruler Handicap at Aqueduct in New York.
Hungry for some white, flaky fish? How about delicious, crunchy shrimp? Come in now for the Fish 21-piece crunchy shrimp and more meal. The perfect combination of everything you love about Long John Silver's. You get our famous fish, 21 crunchy shrimp, piping hot hush puppies, crispy fries, and slaw for just $3.99. It's the taste and the deal you can only find at Long John Silver's. The only place to go for that one-of-a-kind taste, Long John Silver's.
The forces of nature are waging a war, and the target is your deck. But Thompson's Water Seal will stop them, because when others fail, Thompson succeeds, protecting your deck like no other, guaranteed. Thompson's Water Seal. It never takes a day off.
Son, that's Al Unser Jr., 2-time Indy champ.
Hold it, guys. Winning's great, but you should understand why winners win.
Al's right. What are their pit strategies? How do exhaust layouts and wing adjustments figure in?
Good questions, John Kernan of RPM Tonight.
When you truly understand motorsports, the winning just gets more special.
Wow, look at the sky.
Seems like we're all winners today, Robbie.
Remember, to know is to love.
RPM Tonight, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m.
ESPN's presentation of Racehorse Digest is being brought to you by Citgo. We know you. The American Quarter Horse Association, let freedom ride. And by Long John Silver's, that one-of-a-kind taste. Equibase.com, your official online source for racing information from entries to results and everything in between. Equibase.com, a service of Equibase Company, the Thoroughbred Industries official database. And join us next week on the Racehorse Digest, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern Wednesday. We'll wrap up the last big weekend of the major Kentucky Derby prep races. In Thoroughbred Racing News, we're sad to announce that popular trainer John Tomorrow's body was found early Monday afternoon in his Mercedes sedan, submerged in a canal in Miramar, Florida. The 75-year-old Tomorrow had been missing since he left his Gulfstream barn on February 25th. Early reports indicate no foul play or trauma. Tomorrow, a multiple training champion in Florida in the late 80s, early 90s. Our sympathies to the Tomorrow family. Well, get ready for another Derby prep race triple-header this Saturday on ESPN. Monarcos, the Florida Derby winner, takes on New York's biggest prep race, the $750,000 Wood Memorial, also expected there. Congaree from Bob McNair's powerful Stoner Side stable, trained by Bob Baffert. Then it's on to the $750,000 Grade 1 Toyota Bluegrass Stakes. Nick Zito's AP Valentine going in that one. For Coach Rick Pitino, it's going to be a dandy prep race for the Derby, as will the $500,000 Arkansas Derby, Hot Springs, Arkansas, all on Citgo. Racing to the Kentucky Derby. The triple header Saturday starts at 5 o'clock Eastern. And after splitting up $8,000 2 weeks ago in our Citgo Pick 6 Challenge, there were no winners last week, which means you race for a $4,000 pot this week. Log on to ESPN.com, go to horse racing, sign up and play the Citgo Pick 6 Challenge. Coming up next on ESPN, continued coverage of the NCHA Eastern National Championships from Jackson, Mississippi. $90,000 in added money, 11 divisions, more than 800 entries. The competition level matched only by the Southern Hospitality of Mississippi. American Quarter Horse action coming up next. And Point Given is headed towards Churchill Downs in the Kentucky Derby as the Derby favorite. The big colt romping in the Santa Anita Derby under jockey Gary Stevens, the trainer Bob Baffert, and owner Prince Ahmed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.